Welcome to the Equipping Leaders podcast. I'm Natasha, and my goal is to equip leaders with tools to make their leadership journey easier and more expansive. I once worked in an organization where I was part of the leadership team, and one of the subordinate leaders had a very controlling and toxic personality. He consistently usurped the decisions of the senior leadership and would go on these screaming tirades with random members of the organization. He interrupted meetings, withheld important information, and spoke poorly about other people in the organization at all levels. What did the senior leadership do? They defended him because they thought he was stressed out, but was still a good guy. You can be stressed out and be a good person, but neither of those things make you effective or competent. Those things make you human, but certain behaviors just don't belong in the workplace. A bad day or a bad streak of behavior will have a negative impact on the entire environment, and leaders need to defend their environments fiercely. John Maxwell stated that culture is the behavior of the leaders. When leaders tolerate this type of behavior, they send a strong negative message to their teams. People at all levels of an organization can certainly help each other out, right? So the tactful engagement of others is a skill that all professionals, regardless of your role, must possess. This type of confrontation can be difficult, but this confrontation is positive and actually helps others when done appropriately. The easiest way to have these type of interactions is peer to peer. Some people don't want to hear behavior corrections from subordinates, and they want it eradicated prior to needing to be addressed by higher leadership, right? So if you don't want your subordinate folks or your more junior folks to be calling it out, you certainly don't want your more senior folks to either. So when a peer pulls you aside and addresses a behavior challenge, it's important to not immediately get defensive. Maybe that person is wrong, right? But maybe they're right. And they're just pointing out a blind spot that you're not aware of. When someone addresses something about your performance or behavior, it is valuable to consider what is true about the statement. You don't have to like the tone or the content or even the person at all, but you will grow when you consider what you can learn from the interaction. There are times when you need to address something with a peer, a subordinate, or even a leader, and there are important factors to remember when you're navigating these situations. The first is to consider the situation, right? Don't let the situation mean more than the relationship. Consider that relationship and what would be the most appropriate and dignified way to address it. But address it. You can help others by addressing the situation or behavior and do what I like to call saving them from themselves. As a peer, as someone in an organization, we're all here to make this environment and this culture the best that it can possibly be. And when we're genuinely coming from that place and we genuinely build the relationships coming from that place, these types of confrontations, they feel a lot less confrontational. Feels like a regular conversation that you're having with a peer. Thanks for listening.